And we made it to level 5, Yogurt Yard. And looks like I see Kirby heading up the mountain. He gets his tomato, only for it to fall down and have it fall flat on his face. Yeah, this is post-commentary to let you know, but I'm actually enjoying this nonetheless. Anyway, I did do a run of this before, but it ended up really bad, and I had to start all over again. And yes, I'm using high jump, but I decided to just say screw it and get rid of it so I can move on. Though my previous run, I ended up falling to my death because I wanted to do a high jump, but here's the thing, you can't do high jumps when you're like floating or jumping or anything like that. It can only work on the ground. And I entered this door here, and I decided, you know what, I'll be stone. Yeah, I've decided to be stone cold for this one, since, let's face it, it makes things a lot easier. Though, there is in fact a secret passage you can use to unlock a certain area on World 5. You just need to go all the way down, ignore every obstacle, and there it is. And there it is. It's underwater, so let's see what I unlock. And it's a mini game. Well, not really, though it's useful if you want to get some extra lives. Not that it matters, because it won't work with me. Anyway, I keep on going, ignoring all these chilies and the needlers, and it looks like I'm almost there. And I had to get rid of that because it lived its usefulness, and I get frozen. So you know what? I'll just take you and use ice. Now, as I've stated before, Ice Kirby basically freezes your enemies with a ice breath. And not to mention it makes Kirby go blue. In the later versions, Kirby will pretty much have like different costumes and colors to represent like his different powers. Like, for example, sword, he just wields a sword. Ice, he wears an Eskimo suit, and so on. And that takes care of the first area. Now we move on to the second. And another thing I want to address is that for every level, if you don't find a hidden passageway, the door doesn't go gold. It'll just remain as a normal color. So basically keep that in mind when you want to look for hidden areas, when you want to like complete the entire game with 100%. And right now I'm underwater and I'm like pressing the A button while holding forward to just speed up my boosting. It makes it easier for me though. And that takes care of that. And we gotta watch out for these fishies. These fishies are a real pain in the ass. Okay, I head upwards and I fly up. Come on, there you go. Gotta watch out for that ball. And I lost my ice power. That's just stupid. Okay, so I just jump, dodge, and I move on to the next one. And there's a Sparky up there. I could just take him and use Spark. So I'm going to be using Spark for the rest of the level, since Spark acts as both an offensive and defensive shield. Basically, the offensive part about Spark is that you could actually fire a bash of electricity that is used to like stop enemies in their tracks. But the defensive part about it is that it actually protects you from enemies, like so. Basically, anytime you use something like this, like using Spark or a defensive attack like Freeze, you can basically shut down enemies in their tracks. And looks like I gotta keep going, but I wondered what went out that door. And that door leads me to a 1-up, which is pretty nice. Anyway, I climb up. Come on, hurry it up. Thank you. And I take on Bonkers. And Bonkers is an enemy that you'll want to take on because you need the most powerful attack in the game. The most powerful attack in the game is, of course, Hammer. Hammer is useful because it not only destroys like certain items and platforms, but it also like destroys like blocks and such. And I think I did a really piss poor job at taking on Bonkers because let's face it, trying to like not get hit all while moving is a pain. And I take him on, well, take him out, and I gain the Hammer power. And like I said, Hammer is considered to be one of the best abilities in the game for a reason, because you'll need it in order to find like secret passages and such. Okay, so I dodged most of these enemies. I thought there was something down there, so I went down to check, and I didn't. And I keep going upwards, ignoring anything that gets in my way, jump, or I could use the jumping hammer attack and make it to the end. That's pretty minor, if you know what I mean. No, not pretty minor. That's pretty quick. But I hope to see if I can get another extra life, and I didn't. At least I'm getting more points this way, so why not? Anyway, I continue on, heading off to the third area. Looks like I know for certain that there's like another passage. No, wait, I don't know. But let's find out. Okay, so in the third area, we gotta watch out for these high jumpers, the cannons. Yeah, we gotta keep going as high as possible, ignoring anything and everything that gets in our way. And it helps save me time, too. Okay, so now we head higher up again, up the top of the mountain, up to the clouds, I guess, and we head down to this passageway right here. So at this point, I think we should be encountering some more enemies around here. Let's see. Oh yeah, wheelies. These wheelies are really troublesome, especially since wheelies are fast, quick, and they're deadly. Of course, I could just use like a jumping, like a like the breath out attack that Kirby always does, and you could deal out damage this way. You gotta watch out for these enemies like the Blade Knights, the Bomb, like, I don't know what, the Poppy Brothers, etc. And did I take them down? There you go. I didn't know what I was doing at this point. I thought that if I would, like, and I got burned. I lose my hammer power, that's just stupid. And not as stupid as losing the hammer ability, which is even more dumb. And I can't believe I didn't swallow it, which I don't know why, which is stupid. And I tried swallowing it up, and I got nothing. I thought swallowing up the apple would be useful for health, but it didn't work. And that was pretty easy. And yeah, at this point, we're going to require a lot of platforming just to get through. And I'm back with Spark again, because I'm going to need it. Alright, now we continue. We also, if we had the wheel Kirby, you could basically use it to just speed your way through. There's Laser, though Laser is useful for a puzzle, I think, later on in the next world. Though you have to be careful, because you don't want to get blasted by that cannon. And that was too close. I could have just used Spark right here, and that would have saved me some trouble. And that's it. Oh yeah, this is where you, like, use, like, the, how do I put it? Oh yeah, you use Stone for this. You could just use the Stone Kirby on the right to get a free life, like so. And on the left, you get a Max Tomato, which refills all your health. A very useful thing. And I think that's about it. Okay, so now we are back at full health. We can just dodge this enemy and keep on going. Oh boy, this one's going to be a real pain, especially since there are spikes everywhere. Yeah, I messed up at this part. I don't know why. I think I just did. Well, let me see if I did. Nope, I didn't. Because I was so strict with the timing of the platforms. Because this part here is the real biter. And I lost it, which sucks. It doesn't matter. Stone served its usefulness, so why not? And I keep on going and make it up to number 2. I should have pressed the button a bit higher, but whatever. It doesn't matter to me that much. Okay, so with this area done, we can now move on to the 4th one. And looks like this area is going to be like another mountain zone. Yeah, same as before. I don't think there are any secret passages or anything. If I had the throw ability, it would have worked. But let's see. I swallow him and I get the Fireball. The Fireball, or the Kirby, Burning Kirby in the later versions, basically lets you like a charging tackle attack. A very useful attack to have if you want to know what you're doing. So I keep on moving. I also use it to my advantage and just rapidly press it like an idiot, which I wasn't, and I lost it, which is stupid. And I keep on moving. Okay, so I ignore the 1-up. So the 1-up is better used when you really want to be strict with your timing. Timing is important if you want to progress through the entire game, and this is no exception. So it looks like Meta Knight's troops are back for battle again. I know we'll be facing him eventually, and it looks like they're bringing out all the stops. Though my strategy here for this is basically using Burning, or Fireball if you think the NES version, which you could play the NES version in the Kirby 20th Anniversary Collection. I plan to get that, I promise. And I continue, and I lost it, or not, I just continue. Though the easiest strategy, you just suck them up and throw them out. Basically, you destroy 2 enemies for the price of 1. Though, at least I knew what I was doing here, because the Burning ability, basically, you just speed up your way through, and you can do like a handful of hits, like so. Though you have to watch out for when they throw their axes at you in the other direction. You could get hit a lot that way. And it looks like I'm down to the last one, and you know what? I'll just do one more Burning, and that should do it. That takes care of everything, and now I can continue. Alright, so I wonder what's next up our sleeves. Are we near the end of it? I think we are. We gotta watch out for that ball. And we keep on moving. Now, I gotta explain about the Ball Kirby. Ball Kirby basically turns you into a ball, and the more you hold on the button, the higher you jump. Though it is kind of useful. I never thought they would actually do something like that. But, hey, works for me. I found another passage, though I wonder which way is it. I thought it was the bottom. I knew it was the bottom because I really didn't know what I was doing. I don't know why, I just did. And it looks like I made it all the way down, but I gotta watch out since Al lost a whole lot of enemies. A lot of falling enemies, to be precise. Gotta keep on going. Ignore any idiotic moron that gets in my way. And I keep on going and going and going all the way down to the bottom. Wow, that wasn't so hard, though I knew I had a feeling I kind of missed it. I think I missed the bottom one since, let's face it, the one on the bottom must have led to a hidden passage. But what can you do? At least I got a free 1-up from all this. Whatever. Anyway, let's keep on moving, and I knew I was right all along. The bottom one was the one that I think led me up. I don't know. I gotta check the video again. So, well, I can worry about it later when I reach to the end. Anyway, we keep on moving up forward, and then the 5th area, of course. Gotta watch out. And I know right off the bat there's like a hidden passage, since I go down to the bottom instead of the top. Okay, so this one's going to be a little tricky. This one requires a lot of work because you need like 2 powers, but you have to be fast and quick to get it done. First, you need to use the fire power to burn out the fuse, and then switch into the high jump so that way you could be able to reach up, hit the cannon, and that's it. But you got to be fast too because the timing is strict. And there you go. It wasn't that bad. It'll take you a few tries, but if you can get it right, you'll be able to reach the passageway like so, and unlock, I think, like another mini game, which is a shoot 'em up. Yeah, the shootout mini game, but whatever. Okay, so now that we unlock the passage, we can now progress with the rest of the level. Though I'm stuck with high jump, since high jump is only useful on the ground, which gives you an added boost. But at this point, I'm just going to ignore anything and everything that gets in my way and just keep on moving. And you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to go to Cutter and just get through. Okay, so we now take the Warp Star, basically like passing through every other obstacle, passing through the forest, of course, and look at the star shrinking and shrinking, and we made it to a castle. Oh well, let's see what's in there. Come on, come on. Ah, great. Looks like it's another mini-boss, but I think this one is like a flaming lion that does the burning attack. Though my best strategy for you is that when it does its burning attack, you jump. You jump, attack from a distance, and there you go. Not so hard, right? And I get the fireball ability, which is helpful. Or burning, if you think the later versions. And we can keep on going, heading to the other side and taking the tunnel, of course. Taking another door. Let's see, it leads to another forest. And it looks like we've encountered some enemies and a laser. Yeah, the laser is useful for like attacking enemies from a distance. Though I really get hit a lot here because, let's face it, because there's like a lot of enemies here. And if you don't know what you're doing, you can actually get hit a lot. And I didn't time my burning fast enough. At least I didn't get hit, but that's good. And you know what? I'll just take the laser anyway, since laser fires a beam. The beam also doubles as a fuse that if you hit like in a curve, it aims downward. It's just very useful if you want to take out enemies up above you or enemies below you. And we've cleared the 5th area, so now we move on to the last one, Area 6. And I know that I messed up on the secret passage thing. And it looks like we got a lot of wheelies. We gotta watch out for these wheelies, because these things are just bad. Okay, I'm down to 1 life left, or not, since I got the max tomato and regained my health. Though I knew at this point the only way to get the secret passage is that you need hammer. It's a very short level, and I think you need hammer in order to, like, unlock it. So, long story short, you need to go back to one of the areas in World 5, get the hammer, and get to it. And we just use wheel to just plow through the entire level. Yeah, the level is short, but I think the only reason why it is short, because you need to find a secret area to unlock the Warp Star door. And like I already explained before, you need hammer. Yeah, I apologize if I got a bit repetitive on this, but whatever. And I think at this point, this is where I think you need to use the hammer for. You need to use the hammer to go through here. Since I don't have it, it's a shame. It doesn't matter. So we've completed this level, and we make it to the end. Well, that level was kind of short, though. Not that it would matter, since if it was longer, it would have, like, you would have done a lot of more work. Yeah, I'm becoming a bit repetitive. I'm being a bit hesitant. Well, whatever. So now we take on the boss for this level. And this boss right here is a tough one. Yeah, I lost on this one. The strategy here is that you basically have 2 different options. The first option is that when it fires bullets at you, you can just shoot them back for damage. But you need to also keep your distance because you don't want to fall to your death. Yeah, because it'll keep shrinking down the amount of room you have because it'll progress forward, destroying areas up above and below, and then it forces you to like think strategically. Basically, in other words, if you waste your time trying to get like one of the bullets and such, and if you swallow one of them, you get the hammer ability, which is very useful. And I died. Wow, that's just really stupid. Absolutely stupid on my end. So you know what? Screw it. I'm going back in there. Now this time I know what I'm doing for sure. Because let's face it, I just want to take down this SOB once and for all. Okay, so here's option number 2. Option number 2 is basically you could just swallow one of the bullets that it throws at you, and you get the hammer ability. Hammer, like I said, is considered to be one of the most powerful abilities in the game. Not only is it the most powerful, but also the most useful, because you can basically smack a foe for like added damage. Though you have to be careful, because if you use the hammer ability, you lose a lot of platform, and that could prove to be very disastrous for you. And you just smack around again and again. You could basically use the jumping hammer attack, and I nearly died at this point because I was really starting to run out of options. Hence that much, I was being a bit careless. Okay, yeah, I'm on hiatus on my channel, so I think that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time when we tackle World 6. Peace, guys.